Mark, pleasure to have you in here. Thanks for joining us today.
Buongiorno,
Buongiorno.
absolutely. It's a pleasure to be here.
You know what? I was in Florence on a vacation several years back, and I came across these two gentlemen who frequented that area of Italy at the same time. People probably don't realize that, but they were contemporaries, and it was very interesting to think of possibly the two greatest, perhaps, painters and sculptors and other artists alive and walking down the same streets.
You know, it's unbelievable when you think about that. And many people don't really realize that they were contemporaries, that they actually brought the best in each other. They were actually, most people don't know this, they were actually fierce competitors, and they actually hated each other. They literally could not stand to be in the same room with each other. Davinci was tall and he was handsome, gregarious, and everybody wanted to be associated with Davinci. And they said he even sang beautifully. And Michelangelo was small and diminutive, and he actually said during his entire life that he hated the way that he looked.
And yet both of them created the most amazing art and inventions as well, and certainly in Da Vinci's case.
But the thing that most intrigued me most about this is when you dig into their backstory and their back life, how they were brought up, how they viewed themselves in the universe, what they were thinking of when Michelangelo was painting the Last Judgment in the Sistine Chapel.
Amazing.
And that's what we try to bring out in this show.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you. Kind of an unusual show and a multimedia presentation to get you involved in the lives and the character of the times through the eyes of these two very different gentlemen. How did you decide to create this piece of work?
You know what? We were running the Davinci Machines exhibition from Florence, Italy.
Right.
And that was actually here in Bradenton.
Right.
3 years ago. And what happened was the museum in Florence sent me over the Michelangelo exhibition. And then actually, to be honest with you, when we first brought the Michelangelo exhibition here to the United States, it wasn't that popular, or I should say as well received as the Da Vinci exhibition. So I was talking to him one day over in Italy, in Florence, and I said, what are we going to do? And I said, you know what? I said, you know what we're going to do is we're going to combine these two gentlemen. We're going to put them together, Da Vinci and Michelangelo, side by side. There was 10 seconds of silence on the phone. You know what they said to me?
What?
It's never been done before.
You're kidding. That's unbelievable.
I said, what do you mean it's never been done before?
Yeah.
So we got together with this video production house in Denver, Colorado, and we put together movies and animations and codices, and we brought their life story together, and we actually started doing it at the exhibition. And the actual tours itself at the exhibition got so popular, they would call in, because we had like about 4 or 5 docents doing each tour, each day, because I couldn't do every tour. Oh, I love giving tours. And people would call in to the exhibit. They say, you know what, we want to come to the exhibit, but there's this kind of crazy guy that we told that we want him to give our tour. And so we literally, the first thing that ever happened to us was we started taking reservations to come to the tour at the exhibition. Oh, so then from there, it kind of exploded.
Well, there was so much material, obviously, with these two great titans of art. It must have been difficult to decide what not to include in the play. This is running for, what, the next 4 days?
4 days, right. But this is where it started happening, because we have a special thing just for the viewers here at ABC7.
Tell us about that.
When we started here 3 years ago, but right before we did the Van Wezel show, we did the interview here with Scott Dennis, and from here on, it's been absolutely, we've been touring the United States. It's been so well received. We just finished our first off-Broadway show at the Triad Theater in Washington, in New York City, 50 steps off Broadway. But I want to bring out, though, just for your viewers here, we have a special rate for you. If there's any remaining seats to any one of the 4 remaining shows, tonight, tomorrow night, 2 on Saturday, if they call in, and you know what, we have a special code for them. You know what the code is?
What is?
Da Vinci.
Oh, there you go.
We have the Da Vinci code.
Oh, that's funny.
And they call the Manatee, call them on the phone. Call the Manatee, say, well, Da Vinci, hey, Mark was on ABC7 and said, I get 2 for 1. Awesome. So any remaining seats from here, you get 2 for 1 through the weekend, through all 4 shows.
And you got to hurry, because I know tickets are going fast. Thank you so much.
And you're going to join us, I think.
I would love to. What an amazing show, and what an amazing artists these two guys were.
Well, we are so excited to be back here. We are so excited to bring you back here to the Manatee.
Thank you. Well, it's going to be a great show. Really recommend folks go out and see it, right?